Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Trailhead Ranger MJ. And today we have come up with another interview questions which has been asked in the which has been asked by the Deloitte company for the 4+ year of experience candidate. And this one was for L1 round, and it was very short interview. Major focus was on the coding part and the basics of the LWCs and other things. So we'll just get started with the questions, and it's going to be very short one, and then we'll be covering L2 and other rounds as well in another videos. So let's get started. The first question has been asked related to the introduction, and that explain briefly about your experience in the Salesforce. So you can give the brief introduction of yourself. You can prepare your introduction in advance as well, because each and every company usually asks first of all about your introduction only, and then you can be aware about you can let them know what your skill set is having, what you excel at in the related to the Salesforce. And if they have not asked specifically, you could have mentioned your projects as well, that what projects all you have worked upon, what industries you have worked upon, what kind of challenges you have occurred, or maybe there might be some achievement related to the project. You can let them know that as well. Now we will move on to the next question. So, as this post was realized towards Experience Cloud, and my experience also realized towards the Experience Cloud. So, they had asked me about the Community Builder, if I had worked on the Community Builder along with the LWC. So, my answer was yes, that I have worked upon the Community Builder while working with LWCs. And as I has mentioned that this position demanded the experience in Experience Cloud, so that's why this question has came up. Otherwise you can simply say no, that you have worked upon any other cloud such as maybe Sales or Service or maybe Commerce Cloud. You could have mentioned that as well. Now let's move on to the next question. So there was a scenario based question, that is in case if they are having an LWC and they wanted to create a site in the Community Builder, so how they can show the component to a particular one profile, and that profile would be a sales profile. So how we can achieve this? So first of all, to have our LWC exposed to the Community Builder, we need to update the meta file of the LWC and add the targets as the community page default and the community page, which would allow us to see the LWC in the Community Builder. Then we can achieve this using multiple methods, that we could have checked the profile using user profile dot get name in the Apex itself. This here I have mentioned as well, user info dot get user id dot profile dot name. Using this method we can check the profile and then pass the flag accordingly to the LWC, and then using the template if true, we could allow our component to be visible or not. Otherwise we could utilize the audience targeting on the Community Builder. So the audience targeting would be the more simpler method. If they will ask you that how you can achieve this using the configurational way, or maybe an admin can do this stuff, then the third point would be your answer. Or otherwise you can utilize this using the custom permission as well. Again, you can have the data in the custom permission and then check for that custom permission in Apex and pass the flag property into the LWC. So that would allow us to check that as well. So yeah, that's how you can have your LWC visible for only one profile in the Community Builder. If we will move on to the next question, there was another scenario based question, that in case if they are having a contact form for the user, and on the contact form they are having 3 input fields, that is the contact first name, last name and the phone number for the user to fill out. So once the user fills out all these 3 fields, then only we want the 4th field to be visible for the user, and that 4th field could be the email field or any other field as well. So how we can do that? So for that we could again utilize the template if true, or the conditional rendering I would say, in the LWC for the 4th field to be visible using the flag property. And then that flag property we could have in the hidden param of the input field of that 4th field, and then we can utilize the event of the first 3 field to check if that these 3 fields has been populated or not. If these are populated, then only we can mark that flag to be true, otherwise it can remain as false. So using that we can achieve this. Then if we will move on to the next question. So yeah, so they have asked it again as for the follow-up that their requirement is to have all the three fields at once to be populated, then only the fourth field should be visible. So in case we were having three fields such as contact first name, last name and the phone number, and only the first name and last name field is populated but not the phone number, so the user should not be able to see the fourth field. So how we can achieve that? So using that, there's a piece of code I have provided as well. So what we can do, we can have a constant field which we were getting using the event.target.name, and this handle change event should be the same on these three input field on the on change event, so that we can track that which field is being updated, and then we can store these value in this field, and we can check if these all the three fields are being populated in the if condition, then only have this parameter or the flag property show email as true, otherwise keep it as false. So that's how we can do that. If we will move on, so the next question was that if we want to accomplish the same using the configuration, so they could have asked you multiple times that what are the multiple ways to do this, what are the configurational way to do this, or how you can achieve here using a piece of code. So you should be prepared about all the scenarios that how you can achieve a single requirement using multiple approaches. So for this one, if we were to follow the configurational approach, we could utilize the screen flow. In the screen flow we have display text and other fields as well, so there also we can manage the conditional rendering, or otherwise we can do the same in the lightning app builder as well. If we will enable the contact details page for the dynamic forms, then also we could try that, and it could work. Now moving on to the next question. Another scenario based question, that is if we are having a three different components, one would be the child, another one would be the parent component, and then we are having a grandparent component, and these three components are nested inside each other, as their name suggests that the parent component is nested inside the grandparent and the child component is nested inside the parent component. So our requirement is to send the data directly from the child to grandparent. So can we do this, and if yes, then how we can do this? So obviously if the requirement did not say that they want to send the data directly from child to grandparent, we have the approach like using the custom event. We could go by child to parent, then parent to grandparent. Otherwise there is one thing you could think of, that if child and grandparent are we want to send the data directly to them, although they are linked to each other, so the LMS or the PubSub model comes into the picture, but these two components are linked to each other, so that's why also we cannot utilize that method. So now how we can do this directly? So we could utilize the custom event itself. In the child component, while sending the custom event, if we will have two attributes such as bubbles and the composed, these two attribute as true, and then this will allow us to send the data from child to grandparent directly. So what is this significant? Like bubbles is by default is true when we are utilizing the custom event, which allows our child component to expose to their parent component. Basically the hierarchy up, it will be having our component visible. Similarly, the way we are having our attribute visible using the API decorator when we want to send the data from parent to child. So that's what the bubbles property does. But for the compose, if we are making the compose true, so that is making our component to pass through the shadow DOM. So if you are aware that when the child component is inside of parent and then parent is inside the grandparent, because of the shadow DOM, it is not allowable that child component can be accessed by grandparent directly. So using the composed true, it is allowing to pass the shadow DOM, and then the child component can be accessed by the grandparent directly, and that's how we can send the data there. Now let's move on to the next question. So they have asked to write one trigger scenario where whenever a user selects a checkbox on the account record named as closed won opportunity, then we want to update the stage of all the opportunities or the related opportunities on that account to be closed won. So this we have already covered in detail in our another video, and this video is named as Apex Trigger Scenario Part 15. Update related opportunities stage to closed one. So I'll paste the link of that in the description box, as well as you can see on the top right as well. Here maybe in few seconds, or you have already seen that when like few seconds ago. And if you are not able to see it, you can directly search it by the name of it, or you can just search for the playlist on my channel as Apex Trigger Scenarios. There also you can find that in the part 15 video. So yeah, you can cover that there. Now we will move on to the next question. So another question we had, like, can we call the future methods from the batch class? So no, we cannot call the future methods from the batch class. The only thing is allowed in terms of the future, that it is allowed from the future to the queuable method. So that's the thing to remember. We cannot call future method from the batch class. And the last question for this interview was that we need to write a query to get the accounts which have contacts. So this is basically the inner query, relationship query, I would say. And so what we were doing, we are selecting the ID from contacts, where the ID of contacts relies in the account ID from contacts. So it will fetch us all the accounts which is having the related contacts. So that's what was the questions has been asked in the L1 round of the Deloitte interview, and for the 4+ year of experience candidate. And there were only these questions. They took time in the LWC questions, and they have explained it a lot. And also for the trigger question, they took time there as well. And this was around for 30 to 40 minutes. 30 minutes was maximum time limit for that. So yeah, these were the questions. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section, and I hope you like the video. And if you do, please like it and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Stay tuned.